Welcome to episode 1 of My Karate, My Life, and of course my voice. Before I start, I do request your forgiveness for my clumsiness. I genuinely have no experience in the production of podcasts, and I'm hoping that I grow alongside the episodes and produce something better in the future than I am doing today. Why now? Why this podcast? Those of you who have been gently pushing me from a distance don't think I haven't noticed you. I've felt it, your intention. And those of you who have been saying, we need someone to do this, whatever this becomes, I've heard you too. So here I am, fearless in my endeavour, the gag has gone, once passive, now ready to roar. Sharing experience matters. There's real science behind it. In psychology, it's called shared human experience. The understanding that our emotions, however personal they feel, are rarely unique. Studies in social neuroscience show that when we hear someone else articulate something we've felt but never said out loud, it actually reduces feelings of isolation. It calms the nervous system. In simple terms, it makes us feel less alone. Whatever you've felt, someone has felt it before you. Whatever you've experienced, someone has walked alongside it, even if in a different pair of shoes. This platform is limits off. My intention is to be honest and kind regardless of the experience. I truly believe we can grow through anything, and that will be my constant message. Karate is huge. It's a village, a town, a city, a country. It's a continent. Sometimes it's just you training alone. Sometimes it's a vast network of people, organisations and traditions. But here's the truth I've come to understand. What happens in the world happens in karate. I think for a long time maybe we, romanticised that karate was something separate. It was protected, almost sacred and untouched by the messiness of real life. I understand why. When something saves you, you want to protect it. But removing the rose-tinted glasses matters, because when we don't, we set ourselves up for disappointment. And disappointment often comes from expectation. I'll be quoting Brené Brown a lot through this podcast because her work has genuinely shaped how I understand people, vulnerability and courage. She says, expectations are resentments waiting to happen. And also, my life is better when I assume people are doing their best. Now that doesn't mean everyone is operating at their peak. It means that with the tools, energy and awareness they have in that moment, they are trying. And that lands with me because our 100% is not fixed. It changes daily, hourly, and if I speak for myself, sometimes even by the second, and that's okay. So what has brought me here? What pulled me out of the silence? It was a conversation, a very recent conversation with the police about historical abuse I experienced as a child. I experienced that at the hands of my then karate teacher. That sentence alone carries weight. And here's something important because science supports this too. Trauma is not just about what happens to you, it's about what happens after. Research in trauma psychology shows that the response a person receives when they disclose harm, whether they are believed, supported or dismissed, can have as much impact as the event itself. And for me, it was the aftermath that left the deepest scar. I spoke, but I wasn't heard. Or perhaps people couldn't hear me, because he would never have done that. Because his pedestal was too high. So I closed down. And when that happens to a child, something shifts. I learned very quickly that I didn't matter, that my voice wasn't important, that speaking up didn't change anything, and that belief doesn't just stay in that one moment. That belief follows you. It's been a shadow that's haunted me my entire life. It's followed me, it's been at the side of me, and it's stood in front of me. I became fiercely independent, not in a healthy, empowered way, but in a protective way. I didn't trust help, I didn't receive it well, I saw people as unreliable and even unsafe. Even kindness, I questioned that too. There's a concept in psychology called hypervigilance, where your brain, trying to protect you, becomes constantly alert to threat. Even when there isn't one, you're alert, you're waiting for it. That was me, always scanning, always questioning. But here's what the experience did not do. It did not break my relationship with karate. Karate remained mine, a place where I could breathe, express, escape, and also find myself. It did disrupt my path, yes. It probably explains the transience, why I never quite settled. Always moving, always searching. But maybe I wasn't lost. Maybe I was just not ready to land. Because now I feel something different. A grounding, a sense that my karate has finally landed. And instead of constantly digging new foundations, I want to build on one that I already have. This podcast will be a reflection of my journey, a weaving together of technique, tradition, and truth. The triumphs, the failures, the quiet moments of insight that often matter the most. Because karate, real karate, is not just physical. It's neurological, it's psychological. It reshapes how you respond to stress, how you carry yourself, how you move through the world. Discipline builds neural pathways. Repetition builds identity. You don't just practice karate, you become it. In the next episode, I'll start before karate, take you through my map of life. And along the way, I'll bring others in too, because this isn't just my voice, it's a shared space. But make no mistake, it will almost always come back to karate, where we are, where we were, and where we might be going. I want this platform to be for everybody, men and women, everyone. But I will say this, and I won't soften it. There is still a lack of change within the karate world, and I will not accept, but it is changing, because it's not changing fast enough. And yes, you may hear me shout about that. I have been called to do this, and do it I will, because representation matters, and there is strong evidence in organisational psychology that diverse leadership, especially women in leadership, leads to better outcomes, stronger communities, and more innovation. Women often lead with empathy, resilience, and adaptability, not because we are born that way, but because we've had to become that way. I also want to make this very clear. I will celebrate the many male karateka who have shown nothing but excellence, because they exist in abundance. This is not about division, it is about balance. And before I leave this world, I want to see a more equal karate landscape. So to the female karateka waiting for permission, you will not get it, you have to take it. Be bold, be loud, be unapologetic. Train hard, be good, and don't hide it. Lead. Lead because someone is watching you and will one day thank you for showing them what was possible. I want to end by celebrating someone who has deeply inspired me. Maya Angelou. Her book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, is one of the most powerful accounts of trauma resilience and truth. One of the most powerful accounts I've ever read. It's raw, it's honest, it's unapologetic, and never, not once, weak. Because speaking truth about pain is not weakness, it is strength in the purest form. She said, I can be changed by whatever happens to me. So I can be changed by whatever happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. And that is where this begins.